must get onto wuwa. Hold on. Let me make sure. Wrong thing. Right thing right here. Here it is. Alright, y'all are ready? Are you all ready? I hear nothing. There we go. So, go ahead and hit online. Hi, everybody. Right now the account is looking pretty good, but there's certain characters that I want. She's on banner right now. I want her weapon too. Y'all ready? Okay, hey you.
シシ、泥棒ごときに捕まるとでも思った？
Cool. Okay. Okay. Alright. Oh!
燃え盛る太陽よ、見ているがよい。やがて栄光は世とお主の前にひれ伏すだろう。
Alright, that was really cool. I wonder if I can get her a second time. No. It's a y'all move, but that's okay. Alright, we're going to the weapon. We can get her weapon right now. That would be awesome. Okay, perfect. It has to start going yellow. Come on. Nope, nothing. I want the glowy sword. Hold on. We're not done yet. Yep, we're going for the weapon. I want the electric weapon. It looks so cool. Come on, glow golden. It kind of looks like it's gonna glow right there. Dang it, nothing. Nothing. More. It's purple. Nothing. Down. Can I get any more pulls? Yes, I can. I can get one more. Okay. Alright. We at least got the 5-star. I want to get the weapon. I'm gonna probably get the weapon later. With with free pulls and other stuff. Let's just see. Let's just see. Ooh, it's a young woo. Nice. I can, that's another pull. Hell yeah. I legit thought that was gonna be golden. Hold on, chat. That's another pull. That's the wrong one. Here it is. don't worry. That's another pull. Dang. I thought I was gonna get another pull. No. Okay. Also, what's good, Shamorgus Fish? How are you? Hopefully you good. Hopefully you're great. Hopefully you grand. Let me just check. Ooh, nice. Flight is now available in Jinzhou. Nice. Oh. Oh. I don't think I could do that. Ooh. So that's a 60. That's 60. Okay, that's nice. That's the pocket shit. Well, the battle pass shit. I'll unlock it later. Game. Oh wait, I think I got it right here. What are you looking at on here? 2. Why not? It's further. Nothing. Does that get me? Nope. Alright. It's time for other stuff. Actually, I do want to test her out. She looks so cool.
Sayuko, 勝利を迎えるために。
Wait a minute! Oh my god. Whoa. Whoa! She literally does an uppercut. That's so cool. I am. Holy shit. That's so cool. That was Augusta. That was awesome. Alright. I gotta do these now, so I can just get the ashtray. I can get the pulls. Ah. Hmm.
Wakatta.
sweater is just on my body. Like you can actually see it. Because it's already hitting my shirt so much. Mm-hmm.
お互い価値を証明しましょう。逃げられるとここれが戦乱。私が誰か私に分かりますか？
Cool. Alright. Let me go on ahead and claim my prize.
ついてこられますか？
Mm-hmm. What's this? Oh shit. Alright. Cool. I wonder. Before I do that, I just want to check. Can I do it here now, please? If I can do it over here first. Oh, yeah! I always wanted to fly over here. The snowscape was so fun to look. So beautiful. But seeing it in a way like this, once I put this shit on cinema, probably fucking destroy my phone. It'll be worth it. Come on. Because it's already screwing up. Even without the cinema mode. But that's okay. Claim 3 echoes. Claim. Go over here. I didn't mean to walk anything. I just had to go. Hey there. Oh, it's so nice to just do that now. Almost pressed the wrong button. Alright, let's go. Dang it. I'm gonna check how many I need. How many pulls I'll need. Let me check if it actually updated. It's 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's still, yeah, it's still at, okay, it's still not showing all of it. Okay. I'm gonna wait. Alright. Alright, chat. Let me go on ahead and take this off. It's time for videos. Let's see what Shimordish Fish it's given us. Don't worry about that. How fast can you be unmerciful? Mandatory battles only. Oh god. Alright. Let's start with this. Because we all love some fighting games.
There sure were a lot of fighting games released in the 90s, huh? If you were around at the time, you know all about it. It's crazy to think about in retrospect. Street Fighter II releases in 1991 and creates the basis for the entire 2D fighter genre, sparking a huge surge in interest. 2 years later, Virtua Fighter releases and creates the 3D fighter. This primed fighting games of all kinds to explode all over the soon-to-be-released PlayStation 1 in 1994. 2D, 3D, weird, hybrids, you name it. And nowhere was the fighting game bigger than in Japan, with its strong arcade culture that birthed the genre in the first place, making it a true mecca for all kinds of releases. However, a curious phenomenon occurs when there's a great surge of market demand for a particular type of game and innumerable companies who want to take advantage of it. Many of them are bad. So I'd like to take you on a trip today through some Japanese-only fighting games that are extremely cursed. And when I say cursed, I mean very cursed. This is not me making fun of slightly quirky or unpolished games. I'm the kind of guy who could probably make a 15-minute video about why Evil Zone genuinely kicks ass.
Your Ultra Death Attack! Karen, you're too much.
I'm a fighting game appreciator, but I'm also about to tunnel the bar straight to hell with what I'm going to show you. Let us begin. Starting with a macho name for a decidedly unmacho game, Fist, released in late 1996, is a 3D fighter about pretty girls competing in some kind of hazily defined tournament for the right to become an idol. Nowadays, failed idols just become VTubers, but back then you had to inflict violence upon others. Oh, how the times change. The opening animation is pretty decent and has a nice song, although I love how the compression is so bad that it renders the subtitles nigh illegible. The only game modes available are Scenario and Versus, the former just being the standard arcade mode where you pick a character and fight all the other characters. Not even a training mode, which is shockingly bare bones even for 1996. But whatever, let's pick one of 8 characters and get to fighting.
Whoa.
It is a bit rough. The game copies the fundamentals of the Virtua Fighter series with a 3-button arrangement: punch, kick, and guard. But it plays significantly worse since characters barely have any moves at all. There's maybe a couple of attack strings and command normals per character, but other than that, most of the cast shares extremely similar basic movesets. There's not a lot that makes anyone in particular stand out. It's also an extremely unresponsive game. You can probably tell just by looking at it, but just to emphasize, when you press an attack or try to dash, you'll do the input, and most of a second later, your move will actually come out. It feels really jerky and just awful to control. There's also no sidestepping of any description, so it isn't even a true 3D fighter. This is functionally a 2D game, except sometimes attacks can knock people off axis in weird ways, but you can't intentionally do anything with this. In the end, unable to do much of interest, I just devolved into using this downward strike move a lot. It controlled a decent amount of space, seemed pretty good at catching whiffed buttons, and did alright damage. But whatever, so the game is bad, slow, and extremely unresponsive Virtua Fighter. That's clearly not what the appeal is supposed to be. It's supposed to be the characters. So who do we got? We've got a high school girl, naturally. Girl in a teddy bear outfit, girl in a Playboy bunny outfit, a ninja, a gymnast, a rich white girl, and inexplicably 2 random men, which sort of seems like it defeats the objective here, but ain't nobody said a man can't be an idol. I respect it. Now, it's pretty brave to pin your entire prospects on your ability to market the looks of your characters when early polygonal graphics are what they are, but it did work for Tomb Raider, so what do I know? The game's only extra mode is a mode where you can look at the character models in more detail, so this was clearly meant to be the focus and main selling point. Just to calibrate your understanding here, this game released in late 1996, which would have put it after both Tekken 2 and Virtua Fighter 2, and while Fist is absolutely noticeably rougher than either of those titles, I won't be hyperbolic and say it's, like, outstandingly ugly. It's a bit plain, sure, and maybe my brain is too cooked from all the bad games I play for this channel, but it gets a lot worse than this. In fact, it'll get worse right now. See,
I'm pretty sure a lot of people would like it. If Fist came out today, I'm pretty sure it would lean more within a 2D aspect and actually do a lot better.
As I was playing the game, trying to see what moves it was possible to do, I check the manual and find that every character only has about 5 moves or strings listed, and since there's no in-game way to check the move list proper, and it's unfortunately quite common for these older games to not have the complete move list in the manual, I instead hit up Google and pretty quickly find a game FAQs guide with a more complete-looking move list. Shoutouts to Zachary1021, showcasing that there is no fighting game too obscure for someone not to have laughed. But then as I actually start trying to do the stuff listed, I can't get any of it to come out. As I sit here, wondering if I just have the worst execution known to man, I notice the guide I'm looking at lists itself as specifically being for the Saturn version. Now, the Saturn and PS1 versions of Fist came out at almost the same time, with the PS1 version being a little over 2 weeks after the Saturn release. So I made the initial vague assumption they were pretty much the same, but now I wasn't so sure and I proceeded to immediately derail my own video and check out the Saturn version.
85、56、84なの。
Oh god.
青森出身の女の子。勝ったと思うね。
Oh. Okay.
I was very, very wrong about them being the same. Saturn Fist is outstandingly ugly. This is a horror show. Oh my god, what on earth happened here? Everyone's face looks like it's been crudely drawn on with crayon. Good lord. Playing through the PS1 version, I certainly thought it was bad, but I honestly didn't think it was quite bad enough for one of my videos. But then I tried the Saturn version, and I thought you guys needed to experience this discovery the same way I did, even if you've already strayed from the target platform. Except, you know what's crazy? You know what's so absolutely unbelievable about this unfathomably nightmarish looking production? It plays fine. Much better than the PS1 version at any rate. Inputs are more responsive across the board, characters have significantly more moves, and there are many more character-specific tools that give the cast unique gameplay identities.
Black character senses design is a bit... it'll be fine. It'll be fine. People can be people. Let them have the controversy. It'll be fine.
Like Teddy Bear Girl is sporting a unique attack which armors mids and highs, which gives her a god-given right to get in unless you're able to check it with lows. Gymnast Girl
like, I can see this game actually coming out again, and they actually start, really, they would have, like, their own little mechanics and everything. I see this game, and I can say, if this game was, got out in the 2020, range, it would actually be a very fun fighting game to watch.
has rolls that make her highly evasive. And one of the random dudes has an infinite O. Look, balance isn't the strong suit of any of the games I'll be showing in this video.
Oh.
They're pretty much all broken in some way, but even the good games of the time had pretty crazy stuff, so it's not a severe outlier. Now, I still would not call the core gameplay here good. You can't really schmoove in a satisfying way, but it resembles a functional Virtua Fighter knockoff in this incarnation. Even though it is pretty funny how throws have zero startup, there is no throw teching, and you can seemingly cancel your dashes into them, so you're at constant risk of getting unreactively thrown at close ranges. There's even a launcher and juggle system which lets you construct something that resembles an actual combo. Don't get me wrong, there's still no compelling reason to play this over any given Virtua Fighter game, which you probably would have owned if you were a Saturn owner at the time. But the fact Saturn Fist plays noticeably better and has more mechanics than PS1 Fist, which as far as I can tell, completely removed juggles entirely, is bewildering to me. What happened here? Like I said earlier, these two versions released 2.5 weeks apart from each other, certainly not enough time to rework the visuals and systems to that extent. It seems more likely that these two versions were developed in parallel, and as a result ended up with divergent visuals and mechanics. They do, however, share the same soundtrack and voice cast, which are genuinely good, the saving grace of many a crappy game. Fist has pretty damn good music, even though some of it doesn't really fit the characters they're supposedly for, like this slow number being for the hulking pro wrestler of the cast. Still, it's a pretty good song in a vacuum. As a random aside, this game was made by developer Genki, otherwise mainly known for the Tokyo Extreme Racer games and also Jade Cocoon. This was not a completely amateur production even at that point in time. So that's Fist, an awkward little game with an extremely bizarre version split. Do you play the okay-looking but fundamentally dull as dishwater PS1 version, or the slightly smoother Saturn version with the caveat that every character will look like they've been repeatedly stung by bees? Personally, I think I'd like to move on and try something non-3D entirely. Let's see what we've got.
Alright.
準備運動が足りないようね
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh. Whoa. Okay. I don't even know what this game is. What is this game? The Master's Fighter. Why wasn't it called like Master Fighters?
The Master's Fighter.
Wait, what? It really just does that. Oh, okay.
The Master's Fighter, released in late 1997, developed by Korean company Unico, now known as Uniana, who are mainly notable for the translation and distribution of Konami's various arcade games in Korea. But they made a few original titles too, although original might be a bit too generous, as we'll see. Interestingly, Master's Fighter contains an English language option despite only being released in Japan. This is a Korean-made game released exclusively on Japanese PS1s with an English language setting. Now that's what I call a World Warrior. And indeed we have a cast of 11 characters to choose from, each representing a region in a fairly blatant copying of the format of Street Fighter 2. Which is not inherently a problem, but let's actually start fighting.
Round 1. Fight!
Whoa! Holy shit!
There's kind of a lot going on here, but the first thing I noticed was the random purple pixels scattered on the character I picked. How does this even happen? It's reminiscent of a palette glitch, but this is a PS1 game. They don't work like that. This is just baked into the sprite. How would this even happen? In general, everything here is a mess. Characters animate at completely inconsistent speeds relative to each other, and even internal to themselves with certain moves, and the overall sprite quality is bizarre.
That bad though.
Ollie low. Everyone looks like if you resized a sprite wrong in MS Paint. It gives off a bootleg type impression, despite this being a licensed and official PS1 game. It plays like a bootleg too. Master's Fighter is a 4-button game, King of Fighters style. 2 punch buttons and 2 kicks, with motion inputs for specials. But there's something really wrong with the input parser, because I was hard-pressed to even get regular quarter circle motions to work half the time. I would in no way claim to be an execution lord, but I have definitely played enough Super Turbo in my life to not fail Hadoukens this much. In fact, very frequently I would do a motion, press a button, and not even get the normal. Just nothing would come out at all. It's straight up eating inputs like a third of the time. As for fundamental systems, in most 2D fighting games, combos tend to follow a structure of something along the lines of light normal, heavy normal, cancel the specials, maybe a super if you've got the bar for it, and off you go fancy. Most games will ground themselves in foundational rules like this to make it easier to jump from character to character. You might not be able to learn the most optimal route, but if you understand the rules, you can generally put together something functional. Master's Fighter innovates and streamlines this system even further by, removing combos. You can't really do them in this game. Okay, there's not no combos, but comboing normals into each other is extremely restrictive, and you cannot cancel anything into a special, let alone super. This is a game of largely single blows only. Speaking of supers, when you're low on health, your name starts flashing and you get access to a powerful super. Makes sense, it's like Tekken Rage Art or some such. One chance to make a big comeback. Right? Of course not. Taking a page out of the first Guilty Gear's book, for some reason, you can simply do supers an infinite number of times. This could present a massive issue if, say, one character's super is just to spawn a massive explosion on top of the opponent that does 90% of their health. I doubt this is even the game's most egregious super. I couldn't really scope most of them since due to the input buffer being so whack and the super motions usually being very annoying things like double half circle inputs, I could barely get them to come out half the time. It's like that one Simpsons bit where Mr. Burns has every disease. The game is so broken that it prevents questionable design choices from being exploited properly. Now, there are lots of highly broken games that are still fun to play, but there's one tumor so malignant here that it largely stymies any attempt to enjoy it even through that lens, because Master Spider is riddled with infinites. Or perhaps I should say infinite. Singular. But it's one pretty much the entire cast can do in some way. Whenever someone is knocked down and gets back up, there's a frame or two, I don't actually know how long the window is, doesn't matter, where you cannot block at all. This means if you score a knockdown in the corner, you can just keep sweeping someone as soon as they stand up for a functional infinite. This works for every character, on every character, and you can't do anything during those frames where you cannot block. There's no window to execute any sort of invincible reversal, not that I think any even exist in the first place. This essentially turns the game into slightly more complicated and incredibly janky dive kick where one mistake ends the round right then and there. Or at least it would against a human opponent. The AI is mercifully unable to really take advantage of the broken system. You may have noticed I haven't really bothered to explain what characters actually do so far, and this is why. You're not evaluating characters from the more conventional standpoint, you're evaluating them based on how easily they can cause a knockdown to start a touch of death. And this game is pretty weird about what does and does not do that. Takuya here is kind of your Mew clone. He's got fireballs and a Tatsumaki equivalent, has an excellent sweep that's a game ender by itself. Actually, that looks exactly like Mew's. Is that even legal? Probably not. But regardless, this is a fast sweep that is pretty easy to loop into itself. Furthermore, the Tatsu thing actually links into sweep in one of the rare combos this game provides, and the Tatsu itself is fast, goes considerable distance, and hits overhead. So Takuya has pretty much everything a character needs in this game, which is quick access to a knockdown and a way to be next to you to loop it. But that's inefficient. Hitting the opponent with a bunch of sweeps takes too long. What if I fall asleep and forget to press crouching heavy? Or just fuck up the timing because I'm bad at fighting games. Okay, please leave me alone. No problem, mate. Just pick Long, our Fei Long type, who, while his sweep isn't as fast as Takuya, can stick out a massive hitbox on the opponent's wake-up that will delete 90% of their life.
Oh my...
By time several normals when you can just do one motion and win. I remind you again, this is unblockable. But you have to actually get close enough to do it, which can be a little tricky. What if you just don't want to play neutral at all? No problems again, mate. Just pick Michelle, who despite being cursed to have a crouching heavy kick that doesn't knock down, instead has this slide kick that goes half screen, is extremely active, and indeed, knocks down. One incorrectly thrown round start fireball costs your opponent the entire round as you simply shin kick them to death. Mostly. For some reason I found cornered slide kick just didn't hit some characters on their wake up. I don't know why, man. You're asking the wrong guy. Nothing makes sense here. Incidentally, check out this footage of me slowly realizing this old man Sonic Boom type move not only causes a knockdown, it actually hits as an overhead, meaning you have to block it standing. Overhead Sonic Boom. I'm sure there's some game out there that has something like that, but I've never seen that before. What a weird game. I'm not going to iterate every character's ability to instantly kill you, you get the idea, hopefully. If a character has a sweep that knocks down, they have a way to infinite you, but every character can get there with a special move at the very least.
So crazy.
And to top it all off, the bow on this bootleg-looking mess of a game, pretty much all the characters are plagiarized. If you know your SNK, you've been screaming this at the screen from minute one, but genuinely every single character, all of them, are traced from an existing fighting game. To the point where it would take a long time to enumerate all of the theft going on here. Most of them are traced from Garou or The Art of Fighting. This guy is from Samurai Spirits and is real obvious at that. There's at least one ripped from World Heroes, which is a pretty obscure pull. And all kinds of random attack frames are jacked from Street Fighter 2. This is presumably one of the reasons the game looks so ugly, because of the mix and matching of animation frames from games with different character sprite sizes, among other things. I can find no record of any litigation that arose as a result of this, despite the fact that this absolutely seems actionable to me. I wouldn't find this super surprising if it was nothing more than an obscure domestic Korean arcade release that flew under the radar, but this was a Japanese PS1 release that got a professional review in Famitsu. Of 13 points out of 40, by the way, which is still somehow not the lowest score the magazine's ever given. As a final unblockable, straight to my groin, this game is quite rare, meaning if you want to behold this game with your own hands as the glorious thing that it is, you'll need to pay up in the triple-digit zone for it. Still cheaper than Ancient Roman, but I can't say I think it was worth that price. Next game, please.
Oh, God. god, no! What did Finn Balor do? No! What did they do to the beast? I mean, to the demon, man. That's so bad.
What am I looking at here? Shura no Mon, released in April 1998, based on a very popular martial arts manga of the same name. I try to avoid licensed games for videos like this because I feel like it's too low-hanging fruit, and also this is a license I don't really know anything about, and that runs the risk of making a video like this come off as a little shallow, but I'm willing to make an exception because I just don't think I'll have that problem this time. The game opens on almost 2 full minutes of this guy doing martial arts poses. I think it's trying to show off its visual fidelity like Tekken does with its Enbu sequences, but Shuraramon has no real story mode to speak of despite being based on an existing series, and it also has no training mode. Why do none of these games have a training mode? Anyway, feast your eyes on perhaps the finest 3D battling to grace the PlayStation 1.
Oh my god. It's beautiful. No voice acting. We're fucking impact frames. No girls. Just muscle.
To once again calibrate your understanding of what you're looking at, a 1998 release date would have put it just slightly after the Japanese PS1 release of Tekken 3. Famitsu awarded the game a total score of 12 points out of 40, the lowest score ever awarded in the magazine's history, with the reviewer of the 4 who awarded it the lowest score having this to say.
Cho yabai. Honto ni kanseihin ka.
And really, they nailed it. This is a fighter that barely feels one step above Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Stiff, lifeless polygons awkwardly gesticulate at each other in a crass simulacrum of mixed martial arts, and even then the martial arts are barely mixed since half the cast are karate practitioners who share about 80% of their moveset with each other. I know I'm gonna get a comment about this, I do know it's pronounced karate, but if you say it like that in the middle of a sentence with my accent, I sound like I'm trying way too hard. Let it go, okay? I like how when you win, the opponent just stands there for a second or two before awkwardly crumpling. It's a pretty good representation of the game's response time. There is also no voice acting, at all, which is a bit surreal and seems like it misses the point of a manga tie-in game a little.
Beautiful.
Load times are also extremely long, on average half a minute. What is it even loading when the game looks like this? But okay, what actually is the system here? It's a little weird. Square and triangle pressed on their own do light attacks, square and triangle pressed with a direction do mediums, and circle does heavy attacks. I never really figured out the combo system. There's sort of a light to medium to heavy type arrangement where normals can cancel into each other, but it's picky about range, character, and the rules for what you're allowed to cancel into a heavy completely escaped me. Attacks also only cancel on hit. You can't do any sort of block string type pressure to mix the opponent up with highs and lows. You can press the L1 or L2 button to do a sidestep. This one is actually a real 3D game, unlike Fist. And you will need to do this since the R1 button is mapped to a character's special move. Every character has at least one special, and they are all
Mans is just wearing tights.
as far as I could tell. Yes, this wheel kick thing is this character's special. You'd be forgiven for not being able to tell since it doesn't really look distinct from heavy normals. While we're here, here's the funniest special I have ever seen in a fighting game.
Wait a minute! He just died!
In a fighting game.
Bro, wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. He really just said, we have we have raging teaming at home. Oh my god.
When I first heard this, I physically recoiled in my seat and reached to pull my headphones off because I thought something broke. It really just makes that noise.
Oh my god.
Most specials send the opponent a considerable distance on hit, presumably because they are unblockable. But this one crumples the opponent next to you, meaning unless they roll away in this situation, you can just do the move again on their wake up for free damage.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
There's also a throw done by pressing forward and circle. Oh, sorry, my mistake. You grab by pressing forward and circle. This is not the same thing as throwing, because why would it be? Once you have grabbed the opponent, you need to input a specific sequence in order to actually do a throw, during which time the opponent can tech with back and circle. Most characters can throw with a simple square plus triangle input, but a few characters have special bespoke throw inputs where you need to quickly rattle off a raging demon type sequence in order to execute a more powerful throw. So I really hope you have the manual on hand to check for which characters this is necessary, or you just can't throw the opponent functionally.
We have
raging
throws
work like this also means it is largely impossible to tech an AI throw because they can input their throws with perfect speed. This guy, for instance, has this throw where he just punches you in the head, and there's a very similar move in Tekken where if you guess wrong, you take some damage and then the throw ends. In this game...
Oh, you can just keep on going! Oh, hell no. Oh!
If you keep missing this tech...
You didn't need to break his arm. Like, look at this. Unneeded. This was not needed. This count. Bro, nah, that's supercharged. That's supercharged Kyogen. Kakuin.
If you keep missing this tech, you just die. I don't even really know what the counterplay to this is. I'm sure it does exist, but it's funny that this can even happen. But you can't rely on throws, since you may lose the ability to even do them at all. Certain moves, mainly grabs, and some characters have special parries, can break limbs, usually arms, but sometimes legs. If you've got a broken arm, you lose access to any moves that would use said arm and also the ability to throw. So if you're playing as one of the two wrestler-type characters who mainly rely on their command throws, getting an arm broken locks them out of their entire game plan. So that's
fucked up.
If you get both of your arms broken, you completely lose the ability to block. Broken legs will lock you out of being able to dash, and speaking of dashing, you may notice this game doesn't have a round timer. I noticed you can re-enable the round timer in the options and found out very quickly why it's off by default.
How long is it?
There is no forward run in this game, a la Tekken, so there is absolutely nothing you can do against an opponent who gets the first hit and just backdashes infinitely. Because backdash and forward dash are the same speed. This is one of those extremely basic 101 level mistakes you rarely see even in quite bad games, because 5 seconds of thought will usually cause a designer to realize what the problem here is. This is why in 99% of all fighting games, forward movement is more mobile than backwards. Hell, in Tekken, if you sprint forward for long enough, your sprint becomes an unblockable tackle. The game gives you a way to get in against an opponent exclusively trying to just run away. Even Fist understood this by having a forward run. Even Fist could think this far ahead. Sure.
I still think that Fist is probably the only fighting game where I can say, yeah, if this game actually did come back and came back as like a 2D fighter, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would play it.
Nomon found the bottom of the barrel and then dug a new basement out of it. The fact they had enough awareness of this problem to disable the round timer by default, but not enough to just make forward movement slightly stronger, really elevates this to a realm where I cannot even begin to fathom the thought process. This is, however, the only game in this video that makes any sort of attempt to mix things up with an alternate game mode, spawning the 100-man Kumite mode. Every other game just had an arcade mode where you fight the CPU, and that's your lot. In this mode, you fight 100 CPU opponents, but they're very weak and die fast, while you are very strong and have lots of health. It's still just CPU battles, obviously, but most fighting game single-player content is just finding ways to remix CPU battles. It falls a little flat due to the game being just no good on the fundamental level, of course, but it's something to do. You can also unlock one of the 4 hidden characters every time you clear arcade mode, but as a final cheap out, the game has no memory card support at all, so you cannot save these hidden characters. If you power the game off, they're gone. Unlock them again, stupid. Can you imagine trying to run a tournament for this game and having to manually unlock the characters on every setup because you can't even run a memory card to each one? But you might not want to do that. In the one and only tournament I found for this game on Nico Nico Doga, the tournament
There was an actual tournament for this game?
Instantly derails due to the secret characters, as the players quickly found a bug where selecting one of them causes the CPU to automatically assume control of them. And they spend like 30 minutes trying to debug it.
No, that's crazy. That's wild. That's actually kind of fucking wild.
You cannot intentionally set a CPU to control characters in versus mode. This is not supposed to be a thing at all. I tried to replicate this myself and genuinely couldn't. This game is quite possibly literally cursed. Ghosts is my only explanation for that. There are ghosts in the disc. The game is haunted. I've arranged this video in what I believe to be descending order of quality, and I certainly believe Shuranomon deserves the bottom billing here. Fist is a janky and heinously ugly Virtua Fighter knockoff, but it retains about enough of the fundamentals to still be recognizably playable. Master's Fighter is a systemically broken Street Fighter knockoff with literally plagiarized assets, where the game is so broken that it results in a shallow and volatile experience. But if the enduring Hokuto no Ken scene is any indication, people can find some sort of joy in that. Shuranomon, meanwhile, is just... What do you make of this? I have no idea how to even begin to seriously evaluate the systems here. I'm sure it's possible to play with some degree of intentionality, just about any fighting game can be made into a memorable evening with the right people and probably also alcohol, but Shuranomon gives itself so little to work with even in that field with its plain visuals and totally lifeless bouts. Plus the looming possibility that your character may be possessed by a ghost in the middle of the fight, which I don't know if any respectable FGC member would consider an acceptable risk. That's meant to be more of a horror gamer thing, and you know what, I should probably get back to that soon. But
bro, that's so funny.
Thanks for joining me. Just kinda wanted to make something relatively light and simple while I plug away at more elaborate videos. If you can think of a fighting game somehow worse than Shuranomon, please let me know, because I'd love to see what could possibly top that.
That, we are about to find out in just a second. Oh. To tell the truth, I don't want to see this one. Smorgasfish, there's a reason why I want to play this game. I want to play this game at one point. And I do not want to get spoiled in anything. So I have to wait for this video. Once I am done playing this game, that's when I get to watch it. But I cannot watch anything with an SMT. I must watch this first. Thank you. Thank you for understanding.
Anybody worth their salt when it comes to fighting games will tell you that the best characters are the ones who can do a little bit of everything.
True.
Specialists can be good, of course, but some of the best characters are those who have a way to approach every situation. Speedy enough to not be slow, strong enough to not be weak, and have tools for everything you could run into. Those are the marks of a really good character. But sometimes what's better than having an answer for everything is having one answer and just going for it. It's common to hear when picking up a character that you pick them up because they have that one move. Why did you pick Urien in the Third Strike? I want to do Aegis setups. Why'd you pick Cyrax and MK1? I want to use the net. These moves that make an entire kit click together and serve as the back.
I'm trying, Gold Lewis? Easy. You just want to because it works.
For an entire playstyle.
They're overheads and underheads.
That's giving a bit too much credit to the guys we're talking about today, though. Saying they have a kit. What happens when a character is unremarkable or even bad, but has a single move that makes them a nightmare to fight against? These are one-move wonders, and they're fascinating to talk about in regards to fighting games.
Hey, I hope he talks about Akihiko. Please talk about Akihiko, please.
For a single move to make a character viable, that move has to be unbelievably strong. Enough to make up for an entire rest of a moveset. Today, I want to look at these one-move wonders, see why they need to be carried, and see just how far that move can carry them.
Ah! Line twins! No! Get them out of my face!
A great place to start is a game where the entire roster has a really nice balance to it, which makes the weaker characters a lot easier to root out. And when I think balanced, I think Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That's because
Arcade
I have
edition.
no idea what balance means. There is a very, very small pool of fighting games that encapsulate just what I love about the fighting game community. And if there was a game picked to represent the whole thing, it's a close race between Third Strike, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Something about the presentation, the music, the moments that have become associated with it.
Let me teach y'all how to do a fucking infinite, alright? Let me teach y'all bitch asses. Go light! light punch. Or you send him up into the air, and then the first thing you do is light punch, medium punch, light kick, heavy punch.
Everything about it just gives me a warm feeling of community that means so much to me.
See that? That's exactly how you're supposed to do it.
That said, I mean, objectively, the game is an unbalanced mess.
Hold on. Light punch. Damn it, it's not showing. Let me teach you how to do a fucking infinite.
Yo, you wanna learn how to do a fucking
Infinite?
I'ma teach your motherfucking bitch ass. Easiest shit in the motherfucking Marvel 3. Marvel 2. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Iron Man.
Yeah.
Alright, jump up in the air, hit up fucking heavy kick, nigga.
Yeah.
And then this motherfucking light punch,
punch,
medium punch,
light kick,
heavy punch. Hold diagonal to whichever way you fucking going. You only hit X fucking up. Motherfucking heavy kick. You can't do it on the ground, motherfucker. That shit don't work.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start this motherfucker off right. Ow, 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 ow. Drop that shit. What you doing, motherfucker? Ow, ow. How's it taste? Keep the rhythm up. If you fuck up the rhythm, the motherfucking combo will drop, motherfucker. Keep that motherfucking shit up. You keep that same motherfucking rhythm. If you drop that motherfucker, it will not be motherfucking cool. You can cancel it out with the motherfucking heavy punch ultra. But I ain't gonna do that shit. Ah! It drops at the motherfucking 59 hits, motherfucker. That shit's crazy. 54 and 55. When you do it in the corner, don't hold straight diagonal. After motherfucking 2 to 4 hits, it'll drop. Just like that. Let's see it again. One motherfucking, ow, drop. What you want to do is when you get him in the corner, you want to hit him diagonal once. Now hit up. Now go diagonal.
Now hit up. Now go diagonal. Now hit up.
Now keep the combo up, motherfucker. That way you motherfucker hit that shit. You don't even drop that shit in the air. It don't matter, motherfucker.
It really is so informative.
Unblockable. Let me teach you how to do this shit with motherfucking assist. You see that bitch? See that nigga? You can't do it the same way. You gotta meet that bitch. You gotta jump with that bitch. Side lock in the motherfucking air. You gotta jump with her. You feel me? Jump with her in the air, motherfucker. Then you can do the motherfucking shit. It's easy as fuck, motherfucker. Medium heavy punch, light kick, medium fuck, light punch, medium punch, light kick, heavy punch, motherfucker. Easy as shit. Can't do the same shit with that. It drops. Let it come up. Then jump up with the motherfucker when you got higher ass assists like that. Oh, see, you meet the motherfucker in the air. Easy ass shit, motherfucker. Oh, easy as a motherfucker. Oh, motherfucker, you do this shit, bitch. God, I can't cancel out that shit. It's been a while. Alright, motherfucker. Let's see this again. Keep your motherfucking rhythm up. I can't cancel that shit right now, man. It's been fucking wild. Don't lose your rhythm. You lose your rhythm, you fucked up. Light punch, medium punch, which is light punch twice. But it'll light punch, medium punch, light kick, heavy motherfucking punch.
Light punch,
keep jumping on the motherfucking diagonal.
light kick, heavy
keep
punch.
doing the motherfucking shit I told you, motherfucker.
Yup.
Yo, Wayne!
Oh my god.
I don't give a motherfucker. Now shut the fuck up and learn some goddamn
combos. To tell the truth, I legit thought this was Filipino champ at first, like a few years ago, and then it's just DJ.
For those who
champ.
don't know the makeup of the Marvel 2 metagame, prepare to see a lot of Magneto, Storm, Cable, and Sentinel, because these 4 characters are pretty much on every team. Usually 2 of them, often 3 of them.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a wait. we're not going off topic. We're still on fighting game bullshit.
These 4 are
like there's a special thing about Magneto is that he has a sliding hit, And if you keep on using said sliding hit, when like a character dies, it basically bleeds out the time. So basically what you can do, you can bleed out the time with Magneto and win. It's so fucking scummy. Everybody gentlemans themselves to say, no, we're not doing that.
Or the God tier in Marvel 2. And it's hard for the other characters to shine through past this impenetrable top layer. But if you do, Cyclops can hang with the top tiers.
Oh, yes.
Doctor Doom is no slouch. Strider is there to remind you there's a Capcom half to it, too. These are not uncommon picks to see. One character that you're going to see pretty often in high-level Marvel vs. Capcom 2...
Hey, Cable!
...for very long, is Captain Commando.
Oh, Captain
Commando had been a mainstay of the franchise up to Marvel 2. Partially because he was supposed to be Capcom's mascot. Captain Commando.
Seriously?
Capcom.
Huh.
Capcom. You ever name yourself after your boss for brownie points? Captain Commando is a top 15 character in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which means he has to be incredible, right? Well, not only is Cap considered a pretty bad character in MVC2, the footage of him in tournament only lasts for about a second when he does show up. Despite that, he's still one of the most used characters in the game. How's that work? So assessing Captain Commando, as well as most characters in Marvel 2, is really easy. Since you don't have to ask what he does well, you have to ask what he does well against the God tiers. And in his case, it's not a lot. Captain Commando's combo game is weak. Marvel 2 is all about getting into the air, and that's something Commando struggles with. He just doesn't have the combo extension to put a launcher into his combos naturally. He's stuck throwing them out raw, or maybe linking into one after a single hit. This is made worse by his terrible air mobility. Captain Commando doesn't have an air dash. He doesn't have a double jump, he just goes up and then comes down. If Magneto is up there too, he's also coming down a corpse. His playstyle is also kinda gimmicky. The best parallel I can draw is to Captain Ginyu in Fighters, with quarter circle forward plus light kick, heavy kick, or light kick and heavy punch, calling in the other playable characters from Captain Commando's game. It's not quite as strong as Ginyu's version of it, because you can't spam out assists the way that he can spam out Ginyu Force members, but it can still be kinda tricky to deal with. His other specials, though? Not really worthwhile. Captain Fire and Captain Kick aren't great. His supers can be decent, but not enough to make the character worth playing. Okay, so he stinks. Sounds about right for a character nicknamed Captain Suckass. Can't accuse Marvel 2 players of being too clever. How is it that Commando keeps finding his way onto high-level Marvel 2 teams?
Alright, let's see.
I mean, it's for tax purposes, right? Like,
I'm afraid of having the GG stride wall.
One of the big system changes in Marvel 2 was the reintroduction of variable assists. Whereas the previous game included a series of dedicated assist characters.
So it's going to be his assist that's really good.
In the way of you picking Colossus, Marvel 2 returned the old method.
I want
of
MC
assist moves
Marvel's
for each
Capcom
member
4.
of your team.
Technically, we got
These would
one
usually take the form of one of their
True.
special moves.
Although I'm afraid.
So by selecting Spider-Man as an assist, you could either have him use Web Swing, Web Ball, or Spider Stick. Well, on Commando, one of the assists you can set is his beta assist, Captain Corridor. I didn't talk about Captain Corridor with the rest of his special moves because I thought it might be rude to make Captain Corridor breathe bitch air. Captain Corridor is Commando's final special move, and it's absolutely unbelievable. Commando slams the ground and creates a pillar of energy that stretches all the way to the top of the screen, dealing loads of damage while making Commando totally invincible while performing it. It's legitimately one of the best special moves in the game because it does so much.
It looks like it's an anti-air. It can answer on the ground. It can push back. It does a really good amount of damage. Yeah, that's a good fucking universal move.
Thanks to its size and especially height. It's invincible, so if you catch the opponent out with a lengthy animation that's
Why does it look like every single time he does that, it looks like he's pulling out it looks like he's just pulling out the middle finger at somebody. It looks like Citadel's doing that. It's so funny.
Out with a lengthy animation that's not invincible itself, you can tear into them from there. It deals great damage, which means you don't have to spend as much time comboing, which gives them less time to fight back. It's incredible. On Commando, it's the move that keeps him from bumming it at the bottom of the tier with Wolverine and Wolverine but Bone in it. But since it's one of his assist moves, now every team in the game gets access to it. Just one problem though. If you take the move, you gotta take Commando with it.
Yep.
And to do that, you basically sacrifice a character slot. For a team of 2 god tiers though, like Cable and Sentinel, the choice is all too simple. And Commando is invited on the team. That's what I'm talking about when I say there's so little footage of competitive Commando that goes on for more than a second.
Because
he
he's just
in for 1 second to use his assist, and then he hops back out. Captain Corridor is such an amazing move, it's worth as much as an entire character slot. There are no Captain Commando players. People who pick him don't play Captain Commando.
No.
They use him because he is a tool, a means to an end. Other characters like Tronbon and Psylocke fill a similar niche of being top tiers for their assists, and their assists alone. But both of them might be able to do a little damage when they're forced to play.
2, 3,
It's tradition
4,
if Commando
5,
is the last
6,
character
7.
to just stop. Put the controller down. What do you think, Storm's gonna leave something to bury? This does also lead into an interesting trade-off when putting Commando on a team. Since quarter circle forward plus assist will snap out a character and force in one of the assists. And you can use this to force the Captain Commando out and disable the assist by killing him. This is not a niche pick. This is not people trying to make a low-tier character work in a high-tier environment. No, Captain Corridor is such a good move that you're willing to handicap yourself just to get it. There is a history of Captain Commando being used in high-level Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
The Iron Man
Ever since the
heroic
early
punch
days,
before
it's been
MCU
understood that he is the
canon.
best assist
Oh my
character in the
God.
game. If you have a competent enough team that can do everything on its own, just throw in Captain Commando. The legacy of this move even transcends Captain Commando himself, since he didn't make it back into Marvel vs. Capcom 3. A character who did make it in, though, was Dante.
Hey!
For his A assist, he has Jam Session, a vertical
Yeah!
full-screen column that, while not invincible, does have a hitbox that covers Dante's entire body.
Alright,
And
use X Factor and then go in.
a super nasty amount of hit stun that leads to the one thing that Corridor didn't: combos. Knowing a character as weak as Commando can fight alongside the best of the best really gives you hope. Build a team out of your favorites and take on the world. Come on, Dan, Roll, and Surfbot. Show them what you're made.
Dead. Goodbye, Tan.
For our next
You're better in
character, we're looking for somebody who can stand
in
on
Street
their
Fighter
own.
5.
This time,
Oh,
they'll actually be
shit,
the one
it's
doing
this
most
game.
Of the fighting. The Muscle Grand Prix 2 discussions will continue until Blu-ray sales improve.
Hell
Am I
yeah.
using this game as a means to get people to read Kinnikuman Man and watch Perfect
I
Origin?
love this manga.
Or am I talking
Well,
about
I love
it
the,
because I
anime.
genuinely love the game
It was so
for
funny.
its integration of wrestling into a 3D game, as well as its approachability for newcomers? Bananas don't have to be yellow or long. It can be 2 things at once. Ever heard of killing 2 birds with 1 stone? Speaking of stones, the mountain. Now,
What the
we've talked
fuck?
about before that Muscle Grand Prix 2 is a pretty balanced game. It has its top tiers like Kinnikuman Zebra, Kinnikuman Super Phoenix, and Akuma Shogun. It has its low tiers like Scarface, Planet Man, and the Ninja,
Woo!
and everybody in between can get stuff done. A class of characters that almost solely inhabit the middle of the tier list are the big bodies, with characters like Big the Budo and Kinnikuman Big Body being scattered around the mid to high bottom tiers. So the connection seems to be you're a low-tier character if your name has the word big in it. The only big body character who's able to break free and grasp the top tiers is Sunshine. Except just as he grabs onto the cliffside, he gets his hand stomped on by the menace of MGP2, Mountain. The Mountain is one of the 7 original Devil Chojin led by Buffalo Man, who appears in order to defeat the Justice Chojin, with the Mountain taking on Terry Man
Mountain
Grand
drop.
Canyon Deathmatch. As far as movesets go, Mountain is up there with Kinnikuman Big Body, since Aki basically had to cobble together a moveset out of nothing for him. Mountain's move pool in the original series was mainly just tanking hits and crushing guys. His supers are falling on you, and super falling on you. There had to be some changes made. Mountain is not great. We've talked about a lot of the difficulties that big bodies can face in this game, and Mountain is no exception. Even having some unique problems that keep him low even for a big body. Unlike a Scarface or Big the Budo, Mountain's range is pathetically small. His nubby little arms and legs making for poor pokes.
He's got
his moves always falling short of their targets. The damage for those moves is at least incredible, with a 30 damage jab and 30 damage natural combo being better than some characters' entire damage output, Planet Man. His terrible range extends to his grabs, with the range being so small that confirming into them off of stray hits that even do good stun is difficult, usually requiring a short dash which gives the opponent a window to tech the throw and counterattack. That's something that the speed of the Mountain doesn't really allow for a counter to. Mountain has hefty startup on all of his moves. The quickest one is his running grab at 12 frames, but the majority of his strikes are 25 frames minimum, regularly lasting up into the mid-30s. Oh, but that's nothing compared to the recovery. Pro tip, don't ever use a move that takes the Mountain off of his feet, like his shoulder charge or dropkick. If you do, we're talking an entire 83 frames of recovery. It's minus 55 on block. Not like you're actually going to need to block it though, since Mountain's short range means he's just gonna miss. Another thing that Mountain shares with Scarface, aside from
I want to see Blue Marvel in it too.
To properly execute it, is a lack of good supers.
Like Blue Marvel,
besides dealing damage.
I want to see Carnage.
Mountain Roller is a pretty
good
see
Venom
OTG tool, but other than that, you have a
who else do I want to see?
A pseudo barrier projectile, a grab that's strong,
Galactica will be funny,
and a body splash that's nothing special. Now, despite everything I've told you, and how it sounds like that without his damage, Mountain would be even worse than Scarface or Planet Man, Mountain is still a scourge on MGP2.
How so?
A character that has to be respected, feared, and played around if you're ever unlucky enough to encounter him. If Mountain is allowed to do as he wishes, there's nobody in the game that can beat him. And to do that, all he needs to do is grab you a single time.
How so?
What's the move? Well, it's his final special move, 6-6-S, Ground Impact. Now, projectiles are very rare.
What? Bruh, wait a minute.
6-S, Ground Impact. Now,
he's jorking it, 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 he's jorking it.
They're overall not great.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It looked like he was jorking it, man.
Atlantis with water balls that seem fine until you compare how much damage it does versus how much meter it builds for the opponent or your Planet Man. And I think I've given enough examples on why you don't want to be that. So what makes Mountain any different? Well, his fireball is unique. First off, it's grounded.
Ooh.
Grounded means not only is it a little harder to judge in terms of parry windows, but it can OTG. For those who aren't familiar with the term, it means
my favorite fighting game currently.
Basically, a move that can OTG can hit even if the opponent is laid out on the ground where most moves won't work. A good example
I
of
got
OTGs in Muscle Grand Prix 2
For
include
traditional,
Phoenix's 8A
well, yeah,
or Zebra's
like for traditional fighting
4-6X.
games, I would say
But
Guilty
Ground
Gear,
Impact is special.
and for like
As along
platform
with
fighting
being
games,
grounded,
Smash.
It's a grounded, multi-hitting projectile.
Like if I ever get the chance to like show you guys just how damn good I am at Smash, you guys will be fucking like just. Why is he just playing just fighting games right now? Why isn't he just playing only Smash? That's a good choice. That's a good choice.
Dealing 30 damage each. And while standing, you're only going to be hit with about 2 of those hits, which means 60 damage. And OTG Ground Impact hits 5 times, meaning 150 damage. That's a lot! On par with most of Mountain's other supers, with the trade-off being those suck. Okay, so Mountain has one good special move. How's that so bad? Well, the most dangerous part of the move is that it has the same amount of active frames as it does recovery frames.
Wait a minute.
Meaning that while the opponent is stuck in hit stun, Mountain can launch out a second ground impact, which can lead to a third ground impact, which can lead to a fourth ground impact.
I thought so. I saw that. I was like, wait a minute. It looks like you can hit them again and again. And then he showed it. I was like, oh, that's why.
The numerically inclined cashes out to around 600 damage
4,
if everything goes
5.
off perfectly for 8 bars of super. That's not counting the strikes or throw that the Mountain is using to get you on the ground, or his other OTG options like 2A or Ashikazuchi.
It looks like he's just jiggling.
Throw, the Mountain can deal upwards of 700 damage. With the standard health being around 1000, that means Mountain only has to deal another 300 to put down a majority of the roster. He's also able to easily set up for this instant kill off of a teched grab. Since a 6A grab is about the closest thing he's got to a combo, which,
oh my god, that's so cheesy!
Damage, bringing the threshold of damage needed to about 60. Aki opened their third eye and played 4D chess by making the Mountain's best combo starter
I understand.
the opponent failing to lift to one eye out. From a Japanese show I know everything about, to one eye.
Kamen Rider!
Pretty much know nothing about.
Hell yeah!
Kamen Rider.
We love Kamen Rider out here.
Despite all this, I don't actually know that much about Kamen Rider. I have the basics.
My favorite Kamen Rider is Decade. Decade is so fucking cool, man. He's like, Decade!
Rider jump, Rider kick.
Oh my god.
Burbus. Am I missing anything? Really though, even if it lands completely out of my field of view, I know Kamen Rider is one of the longest lasting and most influential series to come out of Japan.
Heck, Kamen Rider is the granddaddy of Super Sentai, and Super Sentai is the Kamen Rider is the father to Super Sentai. Super Sentai is the father to Power Rangers. So therefore, Kamen Riders are the grandpa to what Power Rangers are. But don't get me wrong, Kamen Riders are them. They are the fucking shit. They are awesome. They are fucking strong. They're fast. They have multiple transformations. They're fucking cool. Yeah, it's the guy version killer shit. Oh man, I can't believe Alright, thank you, Trumiz. Ooh, mine's is Kamen Rider Kiba. Ooh, okay. I also like the science guy one too.
Been on for over 50 years. In that time, they've introduced dozens of different
I'm
riders.
sweating out of my
And
damn
to
mind.
stop the schoolyard beatings that would follow arguments of which Kamen Rider was stronger, I checked, it's this one. Bandai Namco released the Kamen Rider Climax Hero series.
Whoa!
These are fighting games which take as many different riders from across the series as possible and stuffs them into one.
Wait, what? Hold on. I spelled it wrong. No, it's not on Steam. Maybe it's on like the Japanese Steam.
Game to see how much the console
Damn.
can hold.
I wanted to
played
see if I
one
can
entry,
get it.
But the amount of characters, on top of different modes, transformations, and gimmicks for each character, made my head spin. The one game that I did play was Kamen Rider Super Climax Heroes, released on the Wii and PSP in 2012.
Oh.
Developed by Aiding. You might not recognize the name, but if you recognize any anime that was popular in the early 2000s, then you know who they are, because they made everything. I mean, they made Bleach games, Zoid games, Inuyasha games, Naruto games, Zatch Bell games.
Oh shit! That's right, the Zatch Bell game.
Like Castlevania Judgment, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, and even worked on Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh shit!
Aiding is an unsung developer of fighting games.
Castlevania Judgment? I wonder if it's here. Let me check. That looks so cool. Is that another fighting game?
Mostly down
Another
to the fact
fighting
they
game
can't
for the
balance a game to
collection?
save their lives. Almost every game I mentioned has some sort of top tier who is unbelievably strong. Whether it be Zero in UMVC 3, Zero in
ZMZ
Tatsunoko vs. Capcom,
ZMZ
and even
ZMZ
characters
ZMZ ZMZ.
Zero, like Shinoa in Castlevania Judgment. However, you'd never hear somebody call their games boring or unfun. Unbalanced, sure, but fighting games don't always have to be balanced to be enjoyable. Their games are always a sight to behold, and Super Climax Heroes is no different. It is one of the most absurd fighting games I've ever seen.
Holy
Every
shit!
character has a system tied to them that most other fighting games would build around.
Yo!
Sometimes a character gets multiple if they have different forms. This is incredible for representing the variety that makes the series as beloved as it is. And to make up for the complexities found in each character's gimmick, they made the actual fighting extremely simple, with the most you have to worry about being a Roman cancel. This definitely won't be the last time you see this game
double.
from me, because
I actually remember
still
seeing it.
Trying to figure out what a Kamen Rider double Luna trigger is, but it looks illegal. The character we're going to be looking at, though, is my favorite Kamen Rider. I know I said I don't know anything about the series, but what's there to know about a detective Kamen Rider who's also a skeleton with a gun, scarf...
Wait, I remember seeing this in the anime. This transformation was so fucking cool.
and fedora. Kamen Rider Skull. Skull is actually from the same series as Luna Trigger, Kamen Rider Double. The Kamen Rider of that series is actually two guys, and one of them has a mentor named Narumi Sokichi, a hard-boiled detective who got the belt and memory core required to become Kamen Rider Skull. Along with
Where's his fedora?
The Skull Magnum, and a motorcycle called the Skull Boilder.
Ooh.
I won't say much else for the sake of spoilers, but to fast forward a bit,
There's
his
his
ultimate
fucking
attack is
fedora.
sternly telling the opponent that they're f***ed, before rider kicking a death ball in the shape of a skull at the opponent while aggressive guitar chords play. How the hell am I supposed to be excited for Kamen Rider Wizard after seeing this? Now, Skull isn't exactly a no-hoper like Mountain or Commando. But there's not a single person who plays this game that wouldn't tell you Skull doesn't live and die by a single move. So every character in the game has a unique button called a Rider Art. Pressing left trigger will give your rider something unique to do, either interacting with their gimmick or performing a special move. For example, Kamen Rider Black RX has the Finisher State, a special mode that will buff the next super move you use, on top of pausing the fight so the narrator can describe the attack like in the show. Kamen Rider the Bee gets a duck and dodge that lets him get to the other side of an opponent for mix-ups, while Kamen Rider Saga gets a super jump that lets him skip neutral.
Okay.
All three of these are shared with other riders, but there are unique ones, one of which belonging to our friend Skull. For Skull's rider art, he'll dash backwards and fire off a shot. This shot then triggers a 5-second long unskippable cutscene of the opponent crumbling to the ground before blowing up, taking a fifth of their health along with it. We're starting to get a little extreme with how good these moves are allowed to be.
Oh my.
This rider art is absurdly easy to land in every situation.
Oh,
Up close,
point blank.
the thing's startup is practically nothing. You just have to throw it out while the opponent is standing and you'll be set.
Oh.
It's so fast, they have no way to respond. It's also an incredible tool at threatening wake-ups. Delaying the move until the wake-up animation has already started
my
is a great
God,
way to
that's
keep
so
the opponent
cheesy.
at a distance
And
on
he's
the
dead.
floor. At that distance, still great, as at a moment's notice, any attempt at approaching Skull results in you losing 20% of your health.
My
If you think
God.
dodging it is feasible, it's not, because the move is also extremely easy to combo
It's,
into.
it looks so
2
fucking
HH,
fast.
6
'Cause you could just-
and the dash attack all combo perfectly into
Damn,
your rider art, which guarantees the damage on top of whatever you're getting from the
That's
combo
so
itself.
cool.
Okay, but there's the meter cost. Skull spends a fourth of his meter every time he uses the rider art, so he can't afford to spam it. He actually set aside a high-yield mutual fund to afford spamming it. Characters in Super Climax Hero come in a few different variant classes that give them different universal mechanics. And Skull is an assault character. Assault-type
Ryuki.
characters have something called an instant charge, where by pressing a special button after the end of a combo, like 2LHH, they'll get back a fourth of their meter instantly. And that's exactly as much as Skull needs to do another rider art, on top of the super that he gets from doing the combo in the first place.
Oh my God.
However, landing a combo requires landing a move. Why not simplify the process even further?
How so?
Remember that Roman cancel I mentioned before?
Yeah.
Well, it has a really funny interaction with the rider art. Pressing the right trigger right before the left trigger lets you cancel any move into rider art.
Oh.
Jab, rider art. Combo starter, rider art. Straight projectile, rider art. There's nothing that doesn't just funnel back into this singular move that defines Kamen Rider Skull. But like I said, he is not a hopeless character without it. He's a zoner, which, at the price of being reincarnated as a toilet when you die, does mean you're gonna have a really easy time just picking the opponent off with projectiles. Skull has a variety of light and heavy projectiles that make approaching him tough, including a move almost
Like,
as
if I
good as
ever
his
get the
rider
chance
art
to
in
actually
Jumping
start
Special,
streaming on
which
Twitch
fires out a load of energy
again,
shots in a straight
I will
line,
see
which again
if
makes
we can
approaching
watch
impossible.
Kamen Rider.
But what makes him a one-move wonder is that unlike somebody like Luna Trigger, who is also a god-tier zoner, all of these moves don't support rider art, they enable it. Just like how Mountain will always be fishing for ground impacts, or Commando will only ever use Corridor, you will almost never take an action as Skull without the intention of ending with rider art. Thanks to his absolutely oppressive zoning potential and high damage output, Skull is among the characters that have been banned from competitive play.
Oh,
Every
come
major
on! Skull sounds so fun.
The list composed by top players always keeps Skull there. No matter who else gets floated in or out, Skull is definitively too good. And it's all down to his rider art. Even
Okay,
his Mizumi
they aren't talking about Akihiko. Hold on. Before we keep on going with the, with this. Okay, we're gonna talk about a little game called Persona 4 Arena Climax. The reason why we talk about Arena Climax... Got you at your front door. Yeah, it is funny. He's just a guy. He's just chilling. But who is he? Okay, Akihiko. So, the reason why I'm bringing up Akihiko is because of one simple thing. Where is it? It's not that. Where is it? Because he has a certain infinite that he could do. Junpei's system is actually really cool. I like it a lot. Junpei's system basically works as such. He needs to get he needs to get to home base. And well, he needs to make a home run. And with Junpei, actually somebody else already did a video for him. Where is it? It's either on here. Fist of Protein. Hold on. Boom. Hold on. Because what he can do, Akihiko can do, he can just press he can press light and then medium, and then light, medium, 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 over and over and over again, and it'll start to grow red, and then it'll start to actually do damage throughout guarded situations. I mean, whenever you're guarded, and all of it is I don't know. It's not overhead, but it's just regular guarding. So even if you do guard, you need to find a way to get out of it, or he's just gonna keep on munching on your health.
Okay, now!
Not only that, he has fast ways to get in. He's hella quick because he has the lightning persona. He's just hella good. Akihiko, man, he's the fucking GOAT. Hold on. I know exactly what you're talking about. Hold on. Underrated. Underrated fighting game characters. Hold on, where is it? Where was it? Why is it impossible to ban fighting game characters? Huh. Hold on. Where is it? Or was it unique? Well, actually, wait. I did see the person that made it. That made that one video. I think it is. Where is he? I think it's this guy. I think it is this guy. Most hated? No. Where is it? I remember seeing this video like a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, that is true. He is hella complicated. I won't lie. But his payoff is hella good. Hold on. Most unique fighting game character. I know he's here somewhere. Huh. The worst ever. The worst fighting game characters of all time. You know what? Fuck it.
What's up, guys? I'm back with another Marvel vs. Capcom 2 character overview.
Hot takes
we talk
about
about a lot of
fighting games,
characters at this point. Some good.
People talk about wanting balance, but fighting games are inherently unbalanced. That's true. That's not much of a hot take. That's a cold take. I can't stress enough about having unfair advantages within fighting games. Because no matter where you go, you're gonna have them. You have them in Street Fighter. You have them in Guilty Gear. You have them in Persona 4 Ultra Remix. Blaze Blue has it. King of Fighters has it. What's some other games that has it? Marvel versus Capcom versus SNK has it. Hey, Marvel versus Capcom 2 has it. This game is busted. There's nothing saving this game. This game is inherently busted. There's nothing that can stop it. Oh, what's your Smash main says about... Alright, fine. We'll watch this. Their bottom tiers to be viable, while their god tiers need to have weaknesses and cannot be oppressive that they cause a Meta Knight situation. Okay,
either
not
someone
a
who's
Meta
been
Knight
manning him
situation.
since Smash on.
Meta Knight was fine. The situation that they need to make sure that never happens is the Bayonetta situation. The Bayonetta situation in Smash 4 was just complete unplayable. Like, if you picked Bayonetta, that's just an automatic win. At least for Meta Knight, he has some matchups where he's like, oh, okay, I'm struggling a little bit from this. I'm struggling a lot from this. And that's just it. That's how it goes. That's how it always goes. But with it for Bayonetta, she had no counters. She had a move that can go halfway across the stage, hit you, and then if you get hit, was not fine. It made Bayonetta look like a joke. Okay, yes, that is true. But understand, Bayonetta had... Understand, I played within this era, within this. I had to suffer through this BS. Bayonetta was... You can call this a hot take. I'm fine with that. Bayonetta was worse than Meta Knight. Bayonetta was worse than Meta Knight. And I will stand by that. At least Meta Knight, even though, yes, he did get banned, it was only for a short amount of time, and really people found ways to beat him. That's just how the story unfolded. But for fucking Bayonetta, no. You know what happened? The best way to beat Bayonetta was to play Bayonetta. That was the literal only way you could beat Bayonetta. Like, okay, hold on. We're gonna watch this.
On the 64 or someone who just...
Yes, I get that. But if you have just a one-hit combo where it can say boom, 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 boom onto the blast zone, guess what? That is a worse character to face off against.
Just wanted a character who was easy to pick up and learn combos with. Probably not the sweatiest guy in the room, but not far from it either. These people just wanted to pick up the big, funny monkey, but once they learned about DK's 4 different aerial spikes, they immediately became insufferable. We'll most likely sing the monkey rep whenever they're in the league.
Ow.
Not gonna lie, they probably just play Smash because their friends made them. They'd much rather be playing Breath of the Wild or explaining to kids online that his name isn't actually Zelda. Someone who knows that they're going to get wrecked if they come within 10 feet of their opponent, so they pick the character that can just spam charge shot from across the stage. If you spot one of these at a tournament, you might want to stay 10 feet away from them too.
They're sweaty. Yes, we can agree to
Either
this.
someone who legitimately knows the lore of Metroid Prime, or just someone who wanted to use the edgy version of Samus. The 10-foot rule still applies. Wait, what? How long has this character been on the roster? Since the N64? So you're saying that this character has been a playable option for years? Well, excuse me for not seeing anyone that wants to main Barney the freaking dinosaur in Smash.
The funny thing about Yoshi, he's an S tier in Smash. Like, he's a low S tier. But just knowing that that Yoshi is an S tier brings me a tear of fucking joy. It's anywhere of the level of being straight BS that Brawl Meta was. Yeah. Steve, I believe that Steve should never have gotten into Smash Ultimate. Because when I saw that he could just start placing down blocks, that's when I knew, oh shit, this is not gonna be fun. Because it's just like, what he can do is basically block any attempt to even get himself hit, or even to even accessed back onto the stage. He stops so much. It's just, and his combo game is ridiculous. His combo game is way too damn good. It's like seeing a fighting game character, and they're just punching and they're moving. That's it. That's what Steve does. With his up tilt, it just goes woo, 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 woo. It is literally just one frame up tilts. Yeah. You can just hit, and he can, if you hit him, and if he does a certain move, he just doesn't take any knockback. He's just good. He's just right. He's just okay. Not only that, his other moves are fucking oppressive. His side B, it doesn't just hit you if he's in it. If he gets out of it and it's still going, it doesn't really hit you. It basically grabs you and you have to mash to get out of it. His down B is fucking TNT. And he can just set it at a certain time. He can either he can place down the TNT, hit it, and then it'll probably explode in like a couple of seconds, or he can have like a fucking you can have like a I'm trying to remember what it's called, like a pressure plate, and have it detonate automatically. His up B is okay. I don't care about his up B. It's those three moves, and also his basic moves that are just way too good. Not only that, it's the fucking crafting mechanism. I hate this character. I hate this character with a fucking passion. Has one of the most oppressive combo games, which creates a very cruel oxymoron of needing to approach him, but you explode when you do. Because here's the thing: if you don't know how to approach him right, he's gonna kill you very quickly. He has a very good combo game where, even with like wooden tools, he can get you to 50% with a single combo. That's not okay. I don't know why they did that. Oh my god. It just pisses me off.
For some reason, nobody who mains this character actually uses Kirby for his intended purpose, actually sucking in the opponents and taking their powers. They'd much rather stick to his combo potential, decent punching options, or just spamming up B.
Not
one of the original
kinda.
Smash fans.
Hey, it's light!
They'll spend all day telling you why Melee is the best Smash game and why no other game will ever do it justice. Either that, or they're just a furry. Either one is equally as likely. Pikachu! Either a girl picking up Smash for the first time and playing the only character she recognizes, or a tryhard who hopes that maining Pikachu will just automatically...
I'm looking at you, Esam.
...make them good. Only one of those types is any fun at a party.
Not really.
Ahoy, Sponge Boy me Bob! I've been grabbed by Luigi at 6% because I got greedy and whipped in air. I am now going to take 93.5% for making a single mistake at the beginning of the game and will soon need life support.
Either that or die. Okay, that's funny.
Most likely someone who picked up the character just to hear the Falcon Punch quote. But once they realized they couldn't actually land any, they just kept using him to make it seem like they weren't just in it for the memes. We're onto you though. You can't hide the truth forever. Probably some 30-year-old dude with a neckbeard who still lives with his mom. He's trying to make a living off of streaming because he knows that the outside world is too scary for him. Either that or a troll who plays FD with Final Smashes on. What?
That was a Hungry Box fucking diss right there. Understand, Hungry Box is a fucking goat though. Like, there's no way I'm ever gonna try and diss Hungry Box because Hungry Box is that guy.
One of the more gutsy players in the Smash community. They know they'll never be able to land those turnip combos, but gosh darn it, they're gonna try. Their hobbies include cooking, sports, and actually communicating with people in real life. Jigglypuff mains, take note. Like Peach mains, but with better tastes. Unlikely to be more than 11 years old. If you ever accidentally SD, they'll start teabagging before pulling you into a side B kamikaze off stage. I'd rather just take the 30-minute ban for disconnecting in the middle of a match.
Ice Climbers!
Ice Climbers is their favorite game of all time.
I do that. I do that so much. I piss off my brother every single time I play Bowser. Like, seriously, if I got my brother into here and I asked him, hey, what happens every single time I play Bowser? He'll be like, ugh. Hold on. I want to prove my point. Never mind, he's asleep. I can't do it. I can't. He really does. And it sucks, really.
You try to introduce them to new games, but they never listen. They're too busy climbing. You try to talk them down, telling them that this is real life and not a game, but they never listen. They just keep climbing. They need to reach the top, even if there is no top. Probably pissed that they can't wobble in this game. More than likely made Sheik in a previous Smash game and still hasn't realized how much worse she is now. I mean, that's it. That's all of them. There are no Sheik mains who don't fit this criteria. The anime freak who picked the cute girl from the intro who uses neutral B to get out of every situation possible. If they get some space between you, expect them to spam Phantom and side B. They have no problem grabbing the last slice of pizza.
I see.
Someone who secretly wants to main Mario, but doesn't want to come off as boring or a tryhard. They'll talk about how they just enjoy the differences between the two, but then complain about how they'd win if they were playing a high tier. More than likely a med student.
Very funny.
Someone who never quite learned how to evolve Pichu in Gold and Silver version, so they cling to Pichu in hopes that someday it will be viable. Just like in the Pokemon games though, it'll never be better than Pikachu.
No, Pichu is actually better than Pikachu. Has a higher damage output, and it's just it's a very small body.
They like Star Fox, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea why someone would main Falco over Fox.
Because Falco has a much stronger combo game, has very good tilts, just an overall really good character, and also just very much a lot floatier than Fox. Doesn't really fall that quicker, and because of that, he actually has an advantage where if people do fast fall with him, he can kind of recover back. So yeah.
Either an old school Fire Emblem fan or someone who just transitioned from Melee. They use the excuse that they like to get tippers to justify using Marth over Lucina, despite getting maybe one per match. They more than likely have an IRL katana in their bedroom somewhere.
I have a katana.
Nothing to see here, folks. Just your average sortie user. They saw that Lucina was pretty high on most tier lists and decided to try her out for themselves. They'll walk into the party with a smile, but that doesn't actually mean that they feel joy. They don't feel anything. Not anymore. To be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to understand Young Link. The spacing is extremely subtle, and without a solid grasp of projectile physics, most of the arrows will go over a typical opponent's head. As a consequence, people who dislike Young Link truly are idiots. Of course they wouldn't appreciate.
My brother plays Young Link. Yes, he prefers the air. Okay.
This guy is too busy to play the game. He needs the match to be over now, and whether he wins or you win, he will make sure that it ends quickly. After all, he's got a girl back home waiting for him. She was kidnapped.
Yep.
It's Zelda.
Yep.
Someone who knows how much that tail hurt box messes up their game plan, but this is supposed to be the strongest Pokemon in the world, and they're going to make him work. Not necessarily a Gen 1er, but will still hide in the bathroom playing Pokemon Red between sets.
Understandable. Roy's our
Wanted to
boy.
play as Lucina, but didn't want to play as a gross girl. Then they discovered the side B option and, well, we all know what happened after that.
Okay, no. You play Roy because he has beefy, unbelievable A button attacks, where it's basically just, if you're lucky enough, you can get very, very strong hits. That's why you play Roy. And you play Chrom because it's
someone who
better.
discovered they could kill people off stage with their up B, and, well, we all know what happened after that.
Mr. Game & Watch.
These
This
mains
character
originally picked up Game & Watch because of how
has
different he
too
was from the
much
rest of the roster.
buttons.
At first, they just wanted to see how many 9s they could get with their hammer, but now they just spam up B out of shield.
Yep.
Every single time.
Meta Knight.
The typical masher has so many B moves that they don't really have any need to press the A button. They're probably not old enough to have used him back in the Brawl days, but if he was broken back then, surely that means he's at least somewhat viable. Probably that guy who everyone knows exists, but never actually talks to.
Well, right now,
Not
just
a bad
like
person by
watching
any
stuff
means,
for it,
but more
so,
than
yeah.
likely the guy who takes the photo of everyone else in the group. Their favorite anime is Yuru Yuri.
Oh wow. Electroshock.
Literally just wanted to pick the most naked female character on the roster and got spoiled to find out that they ended up with one of the best characters in the game. If they start talking about Metroid Zero Mission, leave. This is not a person you want to interact with.
Oh, calm down. I played Metroid Zero Mission. It was fun.
Someone who connects with their character on a level that's more spiritual than healthy. If they lose, they'll blame it on the nerfs. If they win, they'll start reenacting all of Wario's best moves. Wario has one best move. The most likely candidate in the group to own an Xbox. They picked him up thinking it would be like one of their first...
Was the one post Melee Smash game that was good with balancing. It didn't have a hyper oppressive character. Yeah.
Person shooters, but once they realized how much precision and high IQ they need...
I mean, they did have one high tier character. One character that actually did break the meta for a good amount of time. And that was Joker. But everyone liked Joker. No one likes Steve.
Needed for every single move, they just said, meh, better than the sword fighters. Probably doesn't even realize that Ike is a Fire Emblem character. They just picked up the guy with the biggest sword in the base game and learned what happens when they get a single nair. Will likely get a job as either an accountant or an HVAC technician.
Pokemon Trainer.
Not only does this person love the Pokemon franchise, but once they learned they could play 3 characters in one, they jumped on it the first chance they got. Their favorite of the 3 is Charizard. Guess what their favorite move is? This person doesn't
They
care.
don't play. They don't play Pokemon Trainer for that reason. They play Pokemon Trainer because they want to actually play. They actually want to use all three of the Pokemon. All three of the Pokemon are very good. They have good. Squirtle has a very high combo game. Ivysaur has very good neutral setting and can get like what very good combos in as well. Charizard is the heavy hitter, and he has probably one of the strongest side Bs in the game. Yes. But he also has a very good combo game where if you use side B, I mean if you you use side B, but if you use if you grab, throw away onto the to where the blast zone is, and then side B, you can 90% of the chance, 90% get a kill off. It's so funny, it's so stupid, but it works.
Guess what their favorite move is? This person doesn't care what you think. This person just cares about the result. Oh, they won? It isn't because they jumped around waiting for you to slip on a banana peel the entire time. It's because they're better than you, and they want you to know that.
Lucas!
Oh, jeez. We're not.
Very good combo game. Very good combo game. Several high tier characters, but they were balanced enough to not be toxic. True. Needed the transformation and careful play to be really good. I wouldn't say careful play because what Joker really specialized in was the hit and run. Hit and run, even though yes, it does do careful play, there are just some characters that just can't keep up with Joker's speed. Joker's speed was around mid-high, and that was already really, really good. He was like around 5th fastest, if I remember correctly. I can't remember correctly, but yeah, he was still very good. He had very good ways to like kill if he didn't have Arsene, which was like the drag down, which was the up air drag down into either down smash, up smash, forward smash, or just keep or drag down, grab, throw up, drag down, grab, throw up, drag down, grab. He had a lot of good stuff. I'm not even gonna lie. And not only that, he had gun.
We're not gonna do this one. One of the true Sonic the Hedgehog fans. More than likely has several OCs on DeviantArt as well as 3 to 6 body pillows, only 2 of which have a human on them.
If you played Sonic, you are either Sonics or you are somebody else. Sonics is probably one of the best Sonic mains because he knows how to play the character extremely well. I mean, Sonic is still an S tier to this day. Sonic is... Oh, yeah. No. Fox and Sonic are basically within the same tier. And if I had to say, Sonic is actually lower within the tier than Fox, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong. I have to check the tier list again. But I do remember that Sonic is in S tier. Along with I think Rob? I think Rob is in S tier too. I can't remember.
They're the kind of people who will try to style on you and then rage once they get 3-stocked.
What will you learn? What will you learn?
Someone who literally just wanted to see a morbidly obese penguin do the French girl pose. Go ahead. Find me someone that does not fit that description. You can't.
I think Shiny Zenny plays this character. I don't know. I can't remember who plays DDD competitively. But I know that there are some DDD players, and they're hecka good. His Gordo is hella good with, if you press back while pressing B, you press B first, and then you immediately press either forward or back. If you press forward, the Gordo just starts to go hella fast. and hit whoever it is. If you press back, it starts to just do boom, 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 boom. And it stays for like I think around three or four bounces. It's really good. And then if you just don't do anything, it'll just start going in a regular speed. Shuton. You are Shuton.
Someone who gets A's in school and majors in some form of...
You are Shuton. You are Shuton, and you are probably one of the best characters and the best Smash players in the game. You are Shuton.
...of engineering, but has never spoken to a girl besides their mom. When you ask this person what they're listening to, they'll most likely try to hide their Serbian polka music on their phone. Always good to have at least one of these in your friend group. This person got so fed up with being 3-stuck, they had no other choice but to pick up Lucario. Without his aura gimmick, they would most likely lose in their first 30 seconds. These are the type of people... Actually, you know what? Let's talk about it. Spams PK Freeze in free-for-all or team battle, runs away and throws out PK Fire in 1v1s, teabags anytime you're in disadvantaged state, even when taunts are turned on, and disconnects anytime you're even up 1 stock. They're the type of people who unironically wear a propeller cap and sip on chocolate milk in the middle of class. And you know what else? They probably enjoy the second Space Jam movie more than the first one. Do you really think someone like that deserves my respect? Probably the guy who brought all the snacks to the party. He had to pick up a top tier because he's too busy contributing to society to practice as hard as the Ganondorf man.
Oh god, Rob. Rob is such an oppressive character. Like, what can I say about this character that not many other people can truly say? Fuck. It's just, man. He has probably one of the strongest like grab to up air. Basically grab, ground, go up tilt, up air. And if you're at a high enough percentage, you are dead. Having one of, if not the best projectiles in the game, basically can still be used within its level 2 and 3. You usually use just for the level 2, because the level 2, even though, yeah, it is pretty small, it's still a very fast move. It's like, it goes just a boom. It just hits you. It doesn't even it don't even try to hide it. It just hits you. It doesn't do anything else except for hit you. And then if you get the level 3, there's just a big ass beam coming straight for you, and there's nothing you can really do about it. And you only actually no, you can try and get out of the way. You can also try to you can also just try to like dodge it and everything else. That's usually how it goes. But then there's also just his straight up combo game with his down B. His down B is so damn good, because if you get hit once by that thing, and it can put you in a stumble animation for a second, and then Rob can go and use his down tilt while you're getting hit by the down B, and it's just going boom, 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 racking up so much damn damage that you're just thinking to yourself, what did I do to deserve this? And then you just get grabbed, and then the rest is history.
If he can tell you what NES games are compatible with the Rob toy, though, destroy his Switch. He's never allowed to play video games ever again.
Hey, I play this character.
Thinks the regular Link is too boring, but young Link is too spammy. This person would much rather play Toon Link and talk about how much more skill it takes to actually be good with this character.
It actually does take a lot more skill, I'm not even gonna lie. Toon Link is hella good. The thing is, it's just because of his size. Like, if you looked at his size, you'd think that, oh, he isn't that good, but he actually is very good. He has a good ways to keep away from keep away from most people. His forward tilt is a literal overhead. His up tilt is hella good for combos if you're able to pull it off, because it's like boom, boom, and then if you're fast enough, you could turn around and then keep the combo going. It is so good. And then if you're able to, if you're able to like get a grab in, you can probably like throw them back and then jump up, do multiple bears into an up B that will kill probably all the time if they are at a certain I'm trying to remember a certain percentage. Not only that, his up B on ground is very strong. It's basically like this. If you're trying to recover back onto stage and you see Young Link trying to use his up B, do not get up. Wait until that up B is done. If you just get up right then and there, you're going to get hit. Like, because his whole move, it's the smallest version of the hero jump. And because of that, he can get more people faster like that. Well, he can take stocks faster like that. And he can be very spammy. Okay. Whew.
Probably still sucks against any character with a reflector.
Nope. Actually, no. He does not. He actually does better against characters that have reflex.
Speaking of which, I made jokes about Fox and Sonic mains being furries, but they are nothing compared to Wolf mains. This person just wanted to pick up one of the easy...
Yeah, Wolf. Wolf is just good. He's just really, really good. Strong buttons, strong tilts, strong specials, strong everything. The only move that really isn't that strong, and the only reason it isn't that strong is just because it is this only non really strong move. It's just his down B, which is just a reflect. If you could say that a reflect is your worst move in your moveset, you are doing something very good.
Easiest characters in the game so they could spend the rest of the day fantasizing about Beastars. No, I don't care how good the plot of the show is. I'm not gonna watch it! Not an Animal Crossing fan. Not even a Smash fan. Just someone who found moderate success with the Lloyd Rocket and forward air gimmick that they will never approach unless they have to. Will more than likely complain to the TO about their opponent stalling the whole match.
Hey!
I can't find a single reason why someone would play this character unless they're a die-hard fan of the Mega Man franchise and are trying desperately to make him work.
Nope,
if you find someone who actually mains this character, give them a hug. They probably need one right about now. Someone who enjoys the idea of fitness more so than the actual practice itself. Likes the idea of being able to heal mid-battle and use projectiles, but not spammy like Samus mains. Has at least one friend and can name at least one NBA team that isn't the Lakers. The
Spurs.
Person who has no problem being that guy will most likely disagree with the rest of the group just to have a fair balance of opinions.
I'm trying to remember
when this
his
person
name.
jokes about how you don't want to see their internet search history, they're the only one laughing.
Hey, Peanut!
I chose this character because I wanted a challenge. It would be too easy if I used... Are you freaking kidding me? This character sucks!
Hey, nope. Peanut makes this character look like he's floating in the air. Peanut is probably the best little map.
Hang on, you're going down. Let me just use one of my other mains. A Pokemon fan who thought that Pikachu was too boring and Pokemon Trainer was too hard. Not one of the people you would think of when you think of the worst players in the community. But then again,
I still wish that Sceptile got in this game. I really want Sceptile in this game.
they're not people you would normally think of in the first place. Did you end up going to that one guy's birthday party? Oh, don't worry, I didn't either. Someone who wanted to use a joke character like the pig from Minecraft, but otherwise doesn't actually care about the game. They're just trying to get a few punches in before GG's and popping open a cold one with the boys.
I actually do play Meat Fighter. He's really fun.
Yep.
I don't play
Someone
as
who
much
wanted
of
to
the
use a
Fighter,
sword
but I know
character
that
but
he's
got
really
made fun
good.
of whenever they tried to use one of the anime sword characters. Now they're stuck in mediocrity, trying to fight off both their opponent as well as their low self-esteem.
Me Gunner? God damn it.
Hey baby, I like that side ton of yours. Why don't we do a couple of nairs and head back to my place? I can give you an explosive flame if you know what I mean. Really wants to compete.
Okay, I'm skipping that one. That was
one of two people. Either someone who legitimately wants to compete at a high level, or someone who watched the Scott Pilgrim movie and picked him up to pay homage to their favorite movie. Either way, not usually tryhards and can typically hold a conversation outside of anime. One of the highest IQ players in the game. They know that their resources are limited, so they're constantly playing 5D chess in order to plan out their next 6 moves in advance. Either that, or a fan of one of the better Fire Emblem games. Usually the cool one in the friend group.
Just want to know your favorite part of Xenoblade is. Get the fuck out of my office right now!
Oh, okay.
More than likely has an older brother who mains Bowser and wanted to pick up.
This character is secretly hella good. It's just that nobody plays this character. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't. Because this character is like overwhelmingly good.
The baby character to be similar but not a straight up copycat. Unfortunately, they also usually play like a baby character, so you don't need to feel bad about keeping them off stage. There's a reason the announcer puts a long space in the middle of their name. Because if he didn't, these mains would actually exist. Someone who's more
That is actually hella good.
of a fan of traditional fighting games, but couldn't convince their friends to play Street Fighter with them. They'll play along like they're having a good time, but they're secretly miffed that they can get killed at 0 with no health bar to save them. Someone who wants to be a fan of traditional fighting games, but couldn't convince their friends to play with them. They take the time to learn the game while simultaneously trying to make it sound like they actually know the lore of Street Fighter. Someone who believes that the other JRPG are in disadvantage, and wanted to try out a sword character who can play at a distance, or they play male Corrin and make everyone around them uncomfortable. Probably doesn't like feet as much as everyone says, but it's hard to know for sure with them.
Dragging up.
The only people who main her in Ultimate are the ones who just wanted to have fun with her back in Smash 4, but couldn't because of how much people hated her. Now they can't have fun because of the massive nerfs she got, but still cling to their character as if their hope alone can make her viable again.
She's really good.
A fan of the core series games more so than Smash itself. If there are any Inkling mains left after everyone dropped them in 2019, they're mainly just trying to get out a couple booyahs while having a good time with the gang. We'll drop Smash immediately once Splatoon 3 comes out though.
Splatoon 3 did come out.
At this point, it's less likely that this person actually liked.
Okay, Ridley is actually really good. He has really good buttons. The only bad button they have is just their down B. But here's the thing. The only reason that they aren't, used as much is simply because they're still too big.
Likes Metroid, and more likely that they just wanted to play the cool dragon character. Tried hitting Skewer once and then just said, screw it, I'll just use Space Pirate Rush from now on.
Fucking sucks.
You play online doubles. You play online doubles and lose. Someone who missed out on the early days of Smash when this character was borderline broken, and now relies on his crown cannon combo in most situations. Not as bad as Bowser mains, but still not high on the social ladder. Please don't shield, please don't shield, please don't, are you freaking kidding me? Probably doesn't even
Not only in the only in the Pokemon games, but here too, he's very good.
Remember that Incineroar is a Pokemon, and for good reason. If these guys spammed taunts the whole game, they'd actually be more tolerable. But instead, they wait for you to attack, spam revenge, and fish out any side beats they can possibly get.
They're more of just like grab, down grab, and then go for up air, up air, up air. Sometimes they even throw in an up B just to see if they can be a little bit janky, because with up B they can actually kill very quickly.
Not fun at parties or any social event ever.
Piranha Plant.
I play Piranha Plant.
This person is an enigma. Just because they use Piranha Plant doesn't mean they're actually real. They just want you to think they're really there. That's their trick. Right when you think you figured out what's going on in their minds, you realize they had no minds to begin with. You've been playing against your own consciousness this whole time. Someone who wants to main the best character in the game while trying not to look like they're carried as hard as Pikachu mains. Make no mistakes, they paid for their talent, and once Arsene comes out, you'd better hope you paid for some talent of your own. Has no qualms.
Y'all like slot machines, chat?
With the anime sword fighter trope, and legitimately just wants to have a good time with a fun character. They know they're not carried like some of the other swordies in the game, but they have a gambling addiction that just can't be fixed with anyone else.
Yeah!
Let's face it, they've been waiting for this character to come out for years because they played the original game for 3 hours growing up. But now they're just trying to force a smile knowing that the character's moveset didn't live up to their expectations. Now they just play the funny bear because Unlikely to be a fan of mainstream fighting games, but the idea of a hip 90s character yelling out catchy quotes in a Japanese accent was way too alluring to pass up. You can never tell if they're teabagging or just trying to input one of their go moves, but honestly, they probably don't know either.
Not really.
Easily one of the coolest players in the fan base. While most of the community was having an absolute meltdown of yet another deserving Fire Emblem character being added to the roster, these guys were busy trying out the new tech and overall having fun with the new character. If they use the 7th costume though, they're just a fanboy. Her dragon go. The epitome of gamer. They spent 10 years learning the best mining techniques, and once their long sought after pipe dream came true, they put those skills to the test and created one of the most combo-heavy characters in the game. Yet they still choose to camp with the minecart half the match and put up walls so that you physically can't approach them.
Terry is so
the definition of edge.
Oh, how they butchered you. How they butchered you. It was so... I understand. When Sephiroth came out, he looked so fucking cool. Like, everybody was like, oh my god, it's Sephiroth. And then everybody's immediate reaction was, oh my god, it's Sephiroth. Like, it was two different types. It was the excited and then the fear. But then when he came out and we actually used him, man, why is he so jank? He's like he doesn't have the good jank. He has like the dumb jank. And like the dumb jank is just like his moves are too laggy. He doesn't have that many good moves. The only good moves that he has is I can't even tell, man. It's a miracle Nairo is able to like use him so damn well. He's too slow. He's too light. He's too big. He's way too much of just like he's just not good. I feel like Sakurai put him in and then forgot, oh, wait a minute. He's supposed to be the big bad. Like, he was actually our very first big bad freaking DLC. Like, that was our first. And I thought, oh shit, he's gonna be hella good, but he wasn't.
These mains originally picked up Sephiroth for the angsty teen vibe, but then stayed after finding out how broken his giant sword is.
It really
Will
is.
most likely complain about people who wanted the swimsuit versions of Pyra and Mithra, while simultaneously using Sephiroth's shirtless skin.
Pyra, Mithra!
While it may be insinuated that these people only chose the Aegis for their OP moveset or jiggle physics, these mains are usually pretty decent people who donate to charity, help
Cosmos. He doesn't do that. We know what he does.
those in need, and are genuinely nice and polite people to everyone around them. They're not going to argue that Xenoblade 1 was better than 2. They're just going to have fun with their character. Even if you don't.
Kazuya!
Hey guys, y'all want to see a one button move?
Look, I'm doing combos with one hand. Are you proud of me?
Sora!
When these people saw Sora announced as the final fighter, they straight up lost their minds. Finally,
Yep.
after waiting for nearly 20 years and going through Nomura's wild ride of retcons and Xehanorts, the most requested Smash character of all time has finally arrived. Even if they get 3-stopped, they'll do it with a smile on their face, because win or lose, their dreams came true. Unless they use the Timeless River skin, in which case And that's gonna be it. Leave a like if you...
Still, yeah, that's just my my stuff. Oh God, okay, all right, fine. It's probably like a couple of months ago, 1 year ago. Okay. This will probably be the last video.
You're a gorilla, and you comment with fire emojis on the posts. You become ready to boot up the game whenever it's mentioned, even in passing. Your tastes equate white bread to the peak of cuisine. That, or you miss Soul's Dragon install, and honestly, me too. Your idea of having fun is getting RTL confirmed to neutral. You're an honorary Brit and bound by that contract to taunt during One Vision. You're from SeaWorld or Hell, both are interchangeable. You unironically took Duolingo Japanese lessons, and you like spending your meter so much that its economic effects ripple into the greater economy. You've moved on from the standard glue, and you're now getting into the real hard stuff. Scented markers. Busting people is the one high that never starts to get weaker, and you're holding on to that for as long as you can. You're oblivious to the war crimes that you commit in-game because tall women with big hair, and I can absolutely understand.
Angie Mito.
Next with a man.
I didn't think he was gonna play that song. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, damn.
So happy, true love forever.
Oh my God, he's playing the
song. You're committed to the bit so hard that it's become a problem.
Ramlethal Valentine.
You're a simple person. When you see a character with thighs and burgers, you play them. Respectable. You get a smile on your face when you lock somebody into a block stream for more than 6 seconds.
Zato 1.
Your power fantasy is iron to let me carve your way, and you still think of Eddie as a funny little guy despite absolutely obliterating him. You're either in Celestial or Floor 3. There is no in between. You're either a furry or down bad, or in between or both. You still miss your
bad.
season one
I love her
combos.
character.
You probably also own a dog or a pet of some sort.
Nagori Yuki.
You enjoy the feeling of fear you receive from being perceived as a boss fight, which, let's be honest, you probably are. You probably also know some hiragana. People are convinced that you don't exist because they only have the 10 seconds of gameplay to remember you for before the match is over, because Jesus Christ, is that American
Oh wait, no,
that's
my second. The kiss of death.
Play
Kiss of
Helldivers.
death. Kiss of death.
You want to be stepped on by your main, and you are absolutely correct for it. Your mix is criminal, and you know it, and you love it. You're fully aware of how busted your character was, and you're actually happy that he got nerfed, so you can actually feel the challenge of play. You probably quote the opening lyrics of his song very often, which, understandable. I can't imagine a world in which you're not found at a tournament in at least one point of playing this game. You genuinely like her design for more than the massive Hongamonga Ladongas, but they're still an added bonus for you. You're silly, and you've decided to make it everyone else's problem. Elysion Driver will be how you decide to execute your political enemies if you're given the chance, which you really should not.
Oh, no.
You're a depressed goth who wants to try or is already into alt fashion. You love the simplicity of her kit and the feeling of whacking the opponent with a massive scythe so much that there's a non-zero chance that you commission it from someone with a 3D printer. You're eating good after Season 3 happened. You share a community brain cell and it tells you all to spend your resources to hit the sickest combo this side of the Mississippi, and guess what? It ends up working. You got into the game because of her, and you will absolutely be there whenever she rolls around in the sequel. The yo-yo revolver is silly, and the butt slam is your favorite move, even whenever it's not quite practical. Your other favorite games are nowhere near similar in genre, and your music tastes vary wildly. You're valid just the way you are.
Yeah, Bridget is still a guy in my eyes. It's just like, if you choose Bridget to be a girl, that's because Bridget lost. That is literally it. That is the only way you're gonna really see Bridget as a girl, is if you chose to lose with him. It just no, that doesn't feel right with me.
You're probably going through it right now, and your character reflects this. You enjoy pondering orbs. The fact that your power fantasy is a big, hunky, possessed piece of furniture says a lot about you that I can't quite articulate, but it makes me want to take at least 2 steps back. Shadow Wizard Bunny Gang plays in your head on repeat as you play this character.
God.
You're absolutely unsure of what you're doing at any given moment, despite mopping the floor with Desmos calculations. Oh, you would blast extras in the car after a day out at work, fantasizing about your dream job, probably as a pop star. Your Fisher-Price pressure is a point of pride for you. Also, again, women pretty. Cowboy pirate with a sword. You're still living your inner childhood with his character. Either that, or you want to lie on abs that could grate cheese. You want to play poker at some point for some reason. You can't fix her, and you do not want to. You're genuinely tempted to be the key. Also, big fucking hammer. And that's all the characters that are released so far, except for Slayer, which we already all know that it's going to be. Thank you so much, everybody, for...
Yep, alright. Okay. Whew. Thank you all for watching. Hold on. Wait. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. Thank you all for watching. This has been a very fun stream for me. It is very messy. They shouldn't have made the character who was forced to be a girl into a trans girl to begin. Yeah, it was so stupid for me to see that. I was like, this is gonna spark so much BS. And like, I don't really care about it now. But still, thank you all for watching. Tomorrow is Fighting Game. Actually, no. Fighting Game Friday is Friday. Tomorrow we are going to be playing, if I remember correctly, tomorrow is P5X and Yu-Gi-Oh! So I hope to see you all then. And if we do play another game, it's probably going to be Kingdom Hearts. Still, thank you all for watching. You all have yourself a good night. You all stay safe. Peace.